Hi all. Um, it's gonna probably just be a short video, a short discussion talk. Really glad to see you here. Um, so, getting back into routine with writing, I'm really seeing some increase and really liking the productivity. Should have a book done by Sunday, and then I start another one on Monday. Uh, I would love to hear where you're at in your writing process right now. It would be wonderful to discuss that. Um, Comments or anything, that's fine. Today I am actually going to do a little bit of work with a client, and I've got some training to do um, for a book formatter, and I'm really looking forward to a lot of a lot in the next year. I know going forward, I'm just going to keep discussions about writing here on the channel on YouTube, and then on Facebook in my Xerox group, I'm going to talk about my books, and that's where I'm going to give away free stuff and have fun discussions like that. Um, so I currently write under myself one name or myself and at least one other pen name. Um, Next year it'll be two. Pen names are quite common in an industry where the more printed work you get out, the more you're going to earn. And so you'll find that the big publishing houses more than a century ago discovered the value of having the right writers to write the things that they want. So you'll find writers like Heinlein and those of his era have potentially hundreds of pen names. And that was, hi, this person writes this genre of writing incredibly well and they're very fast. And so they would release them, and you would have a book by this author and a book by this author and a book by another author. They're all the same author, but as a reader, you think you're getting a book from three different authors or three different books. And they're not connected. They're like writing in three different universes or three different. Ooh, excuse me. I've had a coffee today. Anyway, so we look at pen names today and how we use them. Um, Authors don't write that way today. We don't have to, because we're not being hired either collectively or individually by a specific publishing house to produce that kind of work. Now, I'm sure that there are plenty of publishing houses that could create that. Often, when that's the case, you're looking at ghostwriters who do exclusive ghostwriting, and they're not getting necessarily royalties from that. What they're getting is a flat rate. So if you think that you're looking for just dependable income, being a ghostwriter is very valuable. Um, but if you're looking to continue to publish, writing using a pen name to organize what you're publishing. So if you have interests that are both fiction and nonfiction, for example, let's say you are very, very passionate about eating healthy. So you want to write books that help people and create content that helps people stay healthy and track their food intake and their health. And you want to create maybe a planner and an information packet and basically and put it all together in a single book so that somebody can purchase that and use it productively for their health. But you're already published, hypothetically, in a completely different genre. Let's say you're published in fiction horror realm. You're going to find using a pen name helps you to differentiate and stand out, so that when somebody picks up, hypothetically, let's say your name is Jane Collins, and so you have Jane Collins over here, but then you might have J.C. Collins or J.C. Jones, whatever. Some variation of your name would be applicable as a pen name and something you could definitely consider. This way you're able to use your name, and when somebody is looking for your horror, they'll find your horror under this name. When they're looking for your health information, they'll find it under this name. And that's pretty much how pen names are used today, and that's kind of similar to the way I'm using mine. I'm writing in two separate fiction genres. I don't really discuss what my pen name is, so please don't pursue that. Um, there are a few people that know, but they're very, very close to me. And I'm only mentioning that because it really factors into the books that I'm writing this year. I am really going to be focused both on my science fiction and my other genre. And so I'm really looking forward to sharing my writing journey this year with you. And I've written a book a week before, and I'm looking forward to doing so again. I can actually, yeah, it's possible. Not everybody can do it. And don't ever, if you're listening to this on a replay or down the road and you're just starting out, please don't put yourself to that standard. Not everybody can write a full book a week. When I define book, I'm talking a novel or better. Short stories are books, novellas are books, or novelettes, depending on where they fall in on the length. But these are also valuable and important things to keep in mind. But when I'm saying, a book a week, I'm thinking novel length, and novel length is usually 50, 60,000 words or greater. And yes, I've done that in a week. So I'm looking forward to getting back into the routine where I'm able to produce that. And the production process, the actual writing process, is pretty straightforward. Getting a second set of eyes is incredibly helpful. Anyway, so I wanted to share a little bit about the journey, and going forward, the journey includes a lot of talk about the pen names, and it's going to include a lot of talk about the science fiction production and the marketing, the things that I plan on doing and implementing for the success of my brand and my pen names and my stories. And if you've got any specific questions you'd like to know about my journey, please feel free to put them in the comments. And I look forward to speaking to you on Monday.